Hey guys, I'm so excited to jump on and just talk to y'all for a few minutes as we start diving into our first semester for the school year. So I hope that last week went good at all of your campuses or kickoff and just getting the kids excited about coming back to church for the fall. So the next 2 weeks we are going to do two different just kind of standalone lessons. And then the first full week of September, the week of Labor Day, we will start our curriculum. So September the 8th is when we'll start that. And we will be following the Gospel Project, which is a curriculum that starts all the way in Genesis and goes through the Bible in 3 years. And I just feel like that's something that is really needed and important for our kids right now. Y'all know that I'm very passionate about our kids knowing the Word, and I think that just starting from the beginning and going all the way through kind of helps them to link it all together where they can have an understanding about the big picture of the Bible. And so we will start that in September. So for this week, we are going to do a lesson that hopefully is actually going to help us out in the long run. This is... the lesson is called slurp, and so the letters in the word slurp stand for different things that in a way will kind of be the rules, so to speak, of our Wednesday nights. And there are 5 I can statements. So slurp with this is not SLURP, it's SLLRP. And each one of the letters stands for something that the kids can do, and we link it back to the Bible about how that in Psalms it talks about being thirsty for the Word, and so we're going to do a lot of slurping because we're thirsty for the Word and slurping up God's Word, so to speak. So it's kind of a fun little play on words and play on an idea. And hopefully this will be something that can kind of set the tone for what we expect our kids of how that they act when they're at church, and the why behind it. You know, we don't just have a set of rules of, you know, don't run and don't put your feet on your friend or whatever it may be. But we can talk about the slurp and the why behind it. And the reason why we're at church is to learn more about God and grow in our relationship with Him, and to fellowship with other people that believe in Him and love Him too. And we want that to be a fun place and a fun time. And so the way that we can do that is by doing those 5 I cans and slurp. So we will we'll come in and we'll do kind of a typical schedule of how we've done in the past as far as coming in and eating. Then we'll have a large group time where we'll kind of set up the whole lesson. We'll play a couple of games in there, and then we will break off into our small groups. Small group time may be slightly different because instead of just going into a classroom, small group leaders, and doing your lesson, there's going to be some stations set up where you'll kind of talk about these 5 parts of slurp, and that will be your small group time. So depending on your campus and how it's set up, y'all may kind of rotate these stations during your small group time, but you're going to do it with your group of kids at each of these stations. I hope that makes sense. And then we'll come back together at the end and kind of review, and then we'll be done for the night. So that'll be this week. I'm going to post your small group time on the Google Classroom. And these stations, as I say, will be set up for you. So, but I do want you to be familiar with the stations just so you know what to expect. And as I tell y'all all the time, such an important element of small group time is just building a relationship with kids. And we want them to love to come to church, and we don't want them to think that this is a place that's like school where it's all about the rules. But we do want them to know that there are some things that we can do to make it more fun. You know, I tell kids all the time, if I had to start and stop to get you just to listen, we're missing out on the fun. So hopefully slurp will be a fun way for them to remember about the rules, so to speak, and help them to have a more fun time while they're at church, and help them to grow in Jesus, which is our ultimate goal at all times. So anyways, I'm excited to be with all of y'all for this semester. Excited to see what God's going to do and connect kids. We saw lots of kids last week at our kickoffs at all three campuses that haven't been to church in a while. So it's really exciting to see new old kids coming back and jumping back in. So I'm hopeful that we'll see those guys again this week. I'm praying for y'all. Let me know if you ever have any questions or if there's ever anything that I can do or pray for you about. I'm here for you guys. Love y'all. Bye.